Hello, it's Katie here from Chords Records. So I've been to my first record fair. I've been collecting records for 40 years, but I went to my first record fair today. So welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about what I got, and boy am I excited. I found my first bootleg. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. So stay tuned for that. And I got a few other real treasures that I've been looking for, and a few surprises. I went a bit mad, but I'll probably show you only about half of the records I got. So here we go. So the first one is Ray Charles. I don't have much Ray Charles in my collection, but this is a classic. And this was a mono Canadian copy of this. I mean, they don't go for much. It was pretty cheap. Actually, it was a steal. And it is quiet. I played it today as soon as I got home, and it's just beautiful. And I just love how gorgeous these covers were. They're just tough but beautifully quiet. So mono version, Ray Charles, modern sounds in country and western music, with the classics like You Don't Know Me. Oh, such a great song. I love that song. So that was the first steal I got today. I'm really happy with that. And as I said, it plays really quietly. I can't believe it. 1962, so many years ago, and it's still beautiful. So that's the first one. And then the next one or two I got were Linda Ronstadt. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you know that I love Linda Ronstadt. And I think she's so underrated. Like, I just don't understand why she's still in the $2 and $5 bins. You can usually find pretty good copies as well. So I always, whenever I go to record shops, I always just look for her. And if I see something, I've got a little blue book, which I've mentioned before. And I have a little list of things I haven't got of hers, because I want to get everything, and I'm a completist with her. So today I got two live albums. The first one was Live in Hollywood. This actually is an official release, and it's actually really hard to get, and it does cost a fortune. I paid probably unders, less than what Discogs has as the lowest price, but it was still quite a lot of money. So I've got two copies of this. So I bought this one today, and I've also got a red vinyl copy of it, and it's just fantastic. It's absolute quintessential Linda Ronstadt at her peak, live in Hollywood. And then the other one is an unofficial release, but still exciting for me to have, because I do love her, and I'm trying to collect everything I can find of hers, which is a very cheap undertaking, as I've mentioned. So the other one is Linda Ronstadt, live in Germany, 1976. And this is actually quite a well-presented album. It's a gatefold. And it's actually been released a few times, but as I said, it's an unofficial release, which sometimes I feel a bit funny about. I don't know why, because I'm such a fan of the artists that I feel like when they're unofficial, that, oh gosh, I feel like, I'm, cheating them or something. But, tell me if I'm wrong. But I love her, and I just love live albums as well, so I'm really pleased to have that. Okay, the next one is one of my favourite artists, Joanie Mitchell. Again, completist. I'm now up to the versions of versions, and this is a kind of not one of her better known albums. Her later albums, Dog Eat Dog. Larry Klein was the producer. And I just, I appreciated having it. It's got the hype sticker on it. It was a slightly different version. And as always, she's done the illustration and photography on this album. Well, the photography is Norman Seif, I think his name is. But she's done the artwork or the painting. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like a collage. She was really into this collage kind of style, it's just beautiful. Can you see that? It's really beautiful. And the hype sticker says, features the single Good Friends, and guest appearances on the album include Don Henley, James Taylor, Michael McDonald, Thomas Dolby, and Rod Steiger. So I'm just pleased to have that version of that album. Oh, the next one was a bit of a surprise for me. So I bought this on a whim, and I'm so pleased I did, because I brought it home today and I put it on the turntable and it sounded beautiful. It's the Highwayman by the Highwaymen. And of course, the Highwaymen, as you know, were the supergroup of Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, and Chris Christopherson. And this starts with the title track, Highwayman. And every song is just beautiful. And I was talking to a friend about it, and they said, they just said, of course it is, because every single one of them are so talented. But it's actually beautifully produced. And of course I know the album, but hearing it on vinyl it was something else. It's actually a really beautiful recording. So I don't know how many they did. I think maybe 1 or 2. I'm not sure. But really, really pleased to have this. It was 1985 on CBS. So this was the Australian release. I haven't put it in my special sleeves yet, but that will happen. Okay. Oh gosh, the next couple. So I am half New Zealander. I'm half New Zealand, half Australian. My father was New Zealander, and I have taken it upon myself to collect all split ends. And eventually I want all the New Zealand versions of split ends. But at the moment I'm just going for their 9 or 10 albums. And I had some originals from when I lived in New Zealand at the time. I still have them in my collection from when I bought them, when they were released. But a couple of them I've actually lost along the way, just, through moves and everything. And their very first album, Mental Notes, was one that I had lost, and I finally got it back. I love Time for a Change. I used to play that song when I was a teenager over and over and over again. This was pre-Neil Finn. It's very much a Tim Finn led split ends. Beautiful, beautiful master album by them, and I just absolutely love them. So I got 2 versions today. I got this one and a white vinyl one, which is a re-release from 2020 on white vinyl. But yeah, I've got the original Australian one there. Okay, the next album that I got today was something I've already got before, so I'm starting to get sort of different versions of it. But it's the DJM UK pressing, one of the DJM UK pressings of Tumbleweed Connection by Elton John. Probably his best album, or tied with his self-titled Elton John, probably his second best album. This is almost near mint. It's just in beautiful condition. The vinyl is near mint, and it's obviously got the booklet inside it. Just really beautiful. It's not a full original first press. It's one of the early reissues. Very, very happy to have this this edition of Tumbleweed Connection, which I can add to all my others. And going back to split ends, True Colours. If you're familiar with split ends, they released their album True Colours with the classics Shark Attack, I Got You, I Wouldn't Dream of It, I Hope I Never. I mean, it was a classic split ends album. And they released it in 8 different variations of this abstract cover. And I am on a mission to pick up every single version of this album. So not just all 8 colours, of which I think I've got them all, but all 8 colours from all the different regions it was released. So today I got probably another 5 or 6 for my collection. So most of them were etched, or not most of them. Some of them were etched, and some of them weren't, but they all had these different variation covers. So the ones that were etched, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on the, oh yes you can, on the light there, on both sides, which is quite fun. Then, yeah, they don't play that well. I just, I don't think it's a great thing to mix etching and vinyl grooves, but it's the covers I'm after. So that's the red cover, the red and green cover, and this is a US copy. So I'm after that. And so I was able to pick up, as I said, half dozen or so at the record fair today. And I also picked up another version of their final album, which is the best final album ever, titled See You Round. Classic Kiwi, New Zealand title, See You Round. And that was the title of this, and they knew it was going to be their last album. Actually, it was their second last album, because their last album was a live album. But I picked up a copy of that. And then, where have we got? We've got two left to go. The second last one is a classic jazz fusion album from 1972, I think. 1973. Headhunters by Herbie Hancock. This is the Australian first press of this. It plays really well. It's a little bit noisy, but I'm just happy to have it because I don't have an original copy of this. CBS. Oh, it's such a great album. Only 4 songs, and it's just classic Herbie Hancock, quintessential Herbie Hancock. Very, very happy to have Headhunters. Look at that cover. It's so beautiful. There he is in all his glory. This amazing band. And then finally, I was able to pick up, believe it or not, after 30 or 40 years of collecting vinyl, my first ever bootleg. I am pretty pleased with myself, I know. It was a Linda Ronstadt bootleg album from the classic bootleg label, the amazing Corny Phone record label. If you're into bootlegs, you know that. It was probably one of the first, full-scale bootleg operations out of the US in the early 70s. With it, its gorgeous cover. And the label on this is just brilliant. Look at that. So a quality bootleg, apparently from a live concert of hers, 1974. So very happy to have that. My first ever bootleg, can you believe it? I hope you're happy for me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. My gosh, what a day. I can't believe it. The record fair was in regional Australia, 2 hours. I'm in regional Australia, but it was 2 hours west of where I live, in a small town called Orange, in a tiny little building. I'll post a photo now of that building. Really quaint. Fantastic people. And I overheard one of the record sellers say, it's gone mad. The vinyl buying's gone mad. It's like it hasn't been for years. I was so happy for him. So I just thought I'd share that with you because I'm assuming a lot of my viewers are not from Australia. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please, could you hit the subscribe button or like or comment below? It really helps my channel. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.